everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Welcome back once again to the Winning Gates YouTube channel. And the topic that we'll be covering in today's video is email, or as you commonly know as electronic mail. So I hope you all might be familiar with email, because in today's scenario for our correspondence we are basically dependent on email. The earlier form of letter writing is no longer in use, and emails, children, are the modern age letters, है ना. नए ज़माने में अगर हम letter writing की बात करें, so the formal way of writing letters is via electronic mail. So for your examination purpose also, this is an important topic. So it is, email is basically a method. It is a way of sending letters and of receiving letters, and we are getting that information over the internet. So we'll be starting this topic very much in detail in today's video. So children, as I already told you, the full form of email is electronic mail. Okay, electronic communication system. किस चीज़ की हम बात कर रहे हैं? We are talking about the electronic communication system. Okay, so this method is widely used for communication nowadays and very much used for official purposes as well. Okay, so you have to understand that it is the most popular mode of communication because it is less expensive. It takes a very few seconds for a mail to receive. Okay, you are sending a mail across the internet and the other person receives that mail very, very quickly. So we'll be understanding that what is the format to write an email, then what are the various sample formats, okay, and what are the different kinds of mails that you can write. Okay, children. So maybe you have to write an email, you have to appreciate somebody, you have to seek some information about a particular course, or you have to intimate your employer about your resignation. Okay, you want to request your employer about the change in job timings. It can be any reason for which you have to write an email. So but the format of the email is very important. When you are writing the format, you have to keep into mind all those points. So email, as I just told you, that it is electronic mail. It is a store and forward method of composing. पहले आप compose करेंगे, पहले आप उसको पूरा draft करेंगे, and then you are going to send that mail. Okay, so all those mails that you are sending will be stored also in your inbox. Whatever mail you are sending, all that correspondence is going to be saved in your email. Okay, and it is we can also say that it is a eco-friendly way. ठीक है, तो you are not using paper, it is via electronic mode. So it is a eco-friendly way of communication. Okay, now basically understanding that how should we write an email, है ना, हम कैसे एक email को लिखेंगे. तो सबसे पहले you have to understand that email writing, it is a very essential part of professional communication. You are working in any organization, in any kind of department, in any kind of office. Nowadays, all the professional communication is taking place via electronic communication. Okay, so if you want that when you are sending your mail, the person should respond to your mail. Okay, or the person should feel interested in reading your mail, you should be writing good emails. Okay, and what do we mean by good emails? That the communication should be very, very simple and it should be very, very clear. So what are the few tips that you need to keep in mind for composing, for drafting a good email is, first is the header. Okay, now header comprises of the email address. So जिसको हम email send कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, we should be very, very clear with the email address of the sender and as well as the receiver. कौन किसको हम email send कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, and who is the person sending that. So we should be very, very clear with the email address of the sender. Okay, header which comprises email address of the sender, जो भी आपका official email address है, ठीक है, and date and subject. Other two important points are date and the subject line. Okay, subject line is students very, very important, है ना. Most important factor जो आपको consider करना है before writing an email, ठीक है, जो आपकी from line होती है और एक to line होती है, ठीक है. Subject line, it actually motivates the people to actually open an email. तो subject में आपने क्या लिख रखा है, ठीक है, and then you can begin with your salutations or your greetings. कैसे आप email को start करते हैं. So then next point comes is the body, जो main content आता है, ठीक है, what the email is about. So body which comprises the main message, ठीक है, जो भी message आप convey करना चाहते हैं via your email, that will come in the body portion, ठीक है. So, but you should not try to repeat sentences. It should be very simple. It should be a positive message. Okay. So, you should be try to keep it very, very short. It could be a formal or an informal message. किसी भी तरह का message हो सकता है जो आप communicate करना चाहते हैं, depending on the purpose, है ना? Once again, purpose is very important. What is the purpose of your communication? आप क्या purpose है आपका email send करने का? Just like in the very beginning, I told you there can be lot of purposes. It is a appreciation mail. It is a resignation mail. So you have to type the main theme, main central idea of the email in the topic sentence. Okay, जो आप starting में बताएंगे कि header में बताएंगे आप email sender receiver का and date and subject. That subject portion is very, very important. And students, you also have to do the final spelling or grammar checking. That is what is called as proofreading. क्या important है? ठीक है, एक आप standard font size use करेंगे, short में लिखेंगे, ठीक है, and you will proofread as well. That is checking your mail for grammatical errors. Okay. So whatever you want to convey, you have to draft it in a very, very simple and a concise manner in your email. Okay. Okay. So what are the various points? जो points आपने दिमाग में रखने हैं whenever you are drafting an email. कभी भी आप एक email लिख रहे हैं, क्या क्या चीजें जो हैं आपने ध्यान में रखनी है. First is, as I just told you, the subject or the purpose. ठीक है, जो क्या convey कर रहा है कि आपकी email किस बारे में है. It is to congratulate somebody. Okay, that can be the purpose. Okay, so subject or the purpose should be mentioned in an email. तो subject का एक particular column होता है, वहाँ पे आपको subject line में subject mention करना है. ठीक है, क्या आपका subject है? Because when the person is going to receive your email, he is going to see कि basic इस email का क्या purpose है. Don't leave it blank. We don't have to leave the subject line blank. It should be very, very crisp, to the point. It should be very, very short and precise होना चाहिए. बहुत लंबे सारे words में हमें नहीं लिखना. It should not be 50-100 words. Okay, in just 10 words, in just 5 words, it should be conveyed that क्या subject है. Then email जो पूरी है, आप कोई किसी कोर्स की इंफॉर्मेशन चाहते हैं तो then you can say regarding course details. Okay, इतना ही होना है हमारे subject line में. And email should be brief, simple and concise. Not a very long letter. Short में लिखना है. It should be in simple words and it should be very, very concise. Next, coherence should be maintained. Coherence का मतलब है पूरी जो आपका email draft कर रहे हैं, it should look like one whole unit. ये नहीं कि it is all scattered. Whatever is your message, it should be drafted in such a way that it is appealing to the reader. So coherence should be maintained. So these are the few points that we have to keep in mind while we are drafting an email. Okay. So children, you will be getting marks when you are writing an email. अगर 10 marks का आपका ये question आता है examination में, so you will be awarded marks on the use of किस चीज़ पे? आपका जो style है, आपका लिखने का जो तरीका है, then about your language, then about your expression, then your content and whatever you have mentioned in the subject line. आपने email ID correct दी है कि नहीं, ठीक है, जो addressee है, sender है, ठीक है. So all this style, language, content and expression. How you are concluding your email? Are you basically mentioning in the end with regards, your name and details, all these things, ठीक है. You will be marked accordingly for the use of your style, your language, your content. Okay. And you should also stick to the word limit that is given in your question. Suppose it is given that you have to draft this email in 100 words or you have to draft this email in 150 words. So try to stick to the word limit that is given in your question. So children, now as you have understood the basic points that we have to keep in mind for writing an email, let's look at a few samples of emails that we have for you here. So example first is, assume that you are Karishma. Maybe this is the format that is given to you in your question paper. You are Karishma. Write a letter to the president of the Residents Welfare Society or the association informing him about the unhygienic condition of the compound. So assuming yourself to be Karishma, जो name given है उसी name से आप लिखेंगे, ठीक है. किसको address करना है letter? To the president of the Residents Welfare Association. एक association है, उसके president को आपने ये letter address करना है. और किस बारे में? About the condition, unhygienic. I hope you understand unhygienic, not good, है ना, conditions of the compound. So how we are going to begin this letter and how we are going to draft it when we are sending this letter via electronic mail. Okay. Okay. Then the person who is sending this letter, the email ID of the person is going to come from Karishma, whatever will it be, @gmail.com. Okay, to जिसको आपने letter draft करना है, you should be having the email ID of that person and that should be very correctly spelled. For example, here it is president_RWA@xyz.com. Okay, then date, which is the date that you are writing this mail, 3rd January, for example, 2022. And subject. So subject line, as I told you, is very very important. What is the, किस पर्पस के लिए आप ये ईमेल लिख रहे हैं प्रेसिडेंट्स वेलफेयर एसोसिएशन के प्रेसिडेंट को. सो द सब्जेक्ट हियर, as it is mentioned in your question, is unhygienic conditions of the colony. इस विषय में, इस बारे में you are, that is the purpose for which you are writing this email. तो ये आपका हो जाता है subject. So from, to, date, subject, these are the 4 important things, and then you are going to begin starting the letter. So always remember, to is the recipient, है ना. recipient का email ID आएगा यहाँ पे, ठीक है, किसको आप ये email send कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. Subject, अगर किसी कोर्स की इंफॉर्मेशन, यू आर राइटिंग अ लेटर टू somebody in the university and seeking some information regarding a course, so you can write down regarding course details, and then you will begin your letter with dear sir or dear ma'am or respected sir or respected ma'am. Okay, so sir, I would like to bring to your notice the unhygienic condition of the colony. सिंपल, कि किस पर्पस के लिए आप ये लेटर क्यों लिख रहे हैं. सो यू आर सेइंग दैट आई वुड लाइक टू ब्रिंग टू योर नोटिस द अनहाइजीनिक कंडीशन ऑफ आवर colony. Then you are going to elaborate. So how do you think that the condition is unhygienic? Every month the residents pay rupees 1500 as facility and maintenance charges. So you are saying that in spite of all the residents are paying this much amount, then also everything is not looked into, है ना? Then also there is no cleanliness in your society. So we expect at least a clean compound. That is the basic requirement, basic need है citizens की कि जो उस colony में रह रहे हैं, they should be getting a safe and clean environment to live. So you are saying that, so we expect at least a clean compound. The sweeper does not come regularly, and the area outside the lift is seldom clean. So here you are stating your problems. क्या क्या problem है, क्या तकलीफ है आपको? That is why you are writing a complaint letter. So this is a complaint letter. The sweeper is not coming, okay, and the area is seldom, कभी कभार ही clean होता है. Then further you can continue that the garbage bins are unkempt, ठीक है, and some of the sewage pipes are blocked. So you are further elaborating about the problems that are causing the unhygienic condition in the society. Soon it would be raining and the place would be full of muck. तो बारिशें होंगी, then there will be mosquitoes and everything. So it will be a breeding ground for mosquitoes and other insects. Already many people have fallen prey to the disease like malaria. So you can mention what all are the further problems of the citizens of that colony, and it is difficult for the residents to bear this, and many people are considering about shifting to a better locality. So you are also telling the president of the welfare society that because of this reason people are leaving this society and moving to other places as well. So in your case, whenever you are writing a letter, what all are your problems, you are going to mention those problems in various paragraphs. Okay. Also keep into mind the word limit that has been mentioned to you. Okay. So in the end you are saying that kindly ensure. In the end आप क्या बोल रहे हैं कि आप you look into this matter. जो ये cleanliness का matter है, you should be looking into this matter, and you should try to maintain the colony compound so that it is in a neat and clean environment, and people are not forced to leave that society and move to other society. Okay, in order to eradicate diseases and provide healthy atmosphere to the residents. That is what you want to suggest in the very end of your letter. Regards Karishma. जिसने भी ये letter लिखा है, regards Karishma. Okay, you will write down your name. Okay, and you can also write that if you are at a particular post or at a particular designation. Okay, if you are writing a kind of a official letter. So if you are the manager, if you are the CEO, if you are at a particular post, okay, आप marketing executive है, तो you will also write the कि आपकी क्या post है. Okay, because date you have written, है ना, you have already written कि किसको आप ये address कर रहे हैं letter. Okay, so letter can be in any format. It can be formal, it can be informal. So one sample of letter we have just seen. Suppose children, you have to write a letter of resignation from a particular post. Then your subject for the letter will be resignation. Okay, then again you are going to address in the same format, that is dear sir or ma'am. Okay, so then you have to state the reason for your resignation. For example, it can be that why you are resigning from a particular post, what is your designation in that particular company, and in which particular company you are working, and for how much from how much period you want to just inform them that you will be resigning and joining a new company. Okay, so maybe you can say that I'm planning to pursue my master's degree program, or whatever will be the reason you are planning to pursue a higher studies program, and for that purpose you want to inform the company of your intent about resigning. So you can say that I'm planning to pursue higher studies, and hence I would like to inform you that I would resign from the post of the marketing manager in this particular company, and effectively from 2 months from now, so that you are intimating the company well in advance. Okay, then you are also going to tell them that the period that you worked in that company, that was a good period for your career. So you can say that I appreciate the opportunities of growth that I got in this particular company, and it was my privilege to work here, है ना? I learned a lot, I gained a lot of experience. Okay, I grew as a person, as an individual, and as a professional. And then you will just state that, it would be a very short and simple letter. You'll just state that, please accept this letter, okay, of my resignation. This is an intimation letter. Please accept my formal intimation letter of my resignation, and thank you for your guidance and support. Yours sincerely, your name and your designation will come. So maybe you suppose want to change your timings, your work timings, then also you can write a request letter to your employer regarding the same. Okay, in the end, warm regards, your name and designation. So these can be the various formats of writing your letters. Now let's practice another letter, like for example, you are Rahul and you have to write an email to your cousin living abroad informing about his mother's illness. तो आपको ऐसा कुछ लेटर लिखना है, ठीक है? So this you will practice as a homework. Imagine you are Rahul, you are the sender. Okay, किसको लिखना है? अपने cousin को लिखना है, ठीक है? जो कि बाहर रह रहा है, that person is residing abroad, and informing him about his mother's illness. So how are you going to begin this letter? In the very same format, ठीक है? किसको लिख रहे हैं? To आपका recipients का email address आ जाएगा, ठीक है? आपका subject आ जाएगा, ठीक है? Then my dear friend करके आ जाएगा, because this is a kind of a informal letter, and then you are going to explain him in detail the reason क्या हुआ है about his mother's illness, क्या problem है, and that you want him to come here or look into it. Okay, whatever you want in that particular letter, you are going to write in that letter, and then regards, and the letter is going to conclude. So in an informal letter, you will just state the reason, and in the end you can convey your regards to the other family members who are in your cousin's family. Okay, convey my regards to uncle, auntie, जो भी family members होंगे, इस तरह से आप उस letter में लिख सकते हैं. And then regards and your name. So these are, children, the various kind of letters that you can get for the purpose of your examination. So quickly revising what all we have covered up in today's topic in email writing is that you have to remember that email is consisting of header and a body. That is the most important section. Okay, header इसमें important है और body section important है. आपका purpose important है कि किस purpose के लिए आप एक email लिख रहे हैं, ठीक है? क्या आपका purpose है, क्या आपकी subject line में आएगा? That is again important. Okay, and subject should be crisp. कैसा होना चाहिए? Crisp होना चाहिए. So if you want to write good emails, ठीक है, आपको अगर simple crisp emails लिखनी है, तो you should be using good vocabulary. Okay, you should be using good vocabulary, and it should be brief, and it should be concise. छोटी होनी चाहिए आपकी, और आपकी email concise होनी चाहिए. So these are the very, very simple or basic points that you can follow to write a good email. Thank you.